next.
All right, we back. You know what I mean? Godcast. I am Lord Jamar.
And I'm Digga.
We got our guest.
I'm Alexandra Hill of WBGO and also Digga's best friend. Go best friend. Go
Hey.
best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best
My
friend.
new friend. I first met her at the NJ Pack at the Art of Rap concert. And, you know, there was a dope-ass, like, Art of Rap poster, big life-size poster. And a couple of people was like, you know what? Somebody should take that.
Stop laughing.
And then Alexandra
I did.
had the balls enough to say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm taking it. She walks out with the shit.
She had it.
She had it. She's out the door.
Out the door.
Giggling, but now she's too happy now.
Now she's showing. She
started
showing off. Look everybody.
We were halfway through the parking
Look
lot.
what I got, EPMD.
We were almost to the
Look what I
car.
got. Component already.
Right.
Look everybody. Look what I got.
Yo,
All of a
Eric-
sudden-
I think Eric Sermon was right behind us, wasn't he?
All of a sudden, a cold white hand just reached out. Excuse me, miss.
No, he did the tug of war shit. Before
he
he
did.
said
I was
anything,
like-
he just grabbed it. So
was like,
she's
nah, you
walking,
can't.
and then mid-step, you
can't.
just stop.
Now.
And then he's like,
Yeah.
See, and I was like, damn. See,
Yeah.
you got it. You was just a little too loud.
Yeah, I was a little
on
too
the
happy.
exit. Like,
Let
yeah.
me tell you something, though. We was lit on the inside.
It's
We
like,
had
come
a
on,
good-
guys,
Let
we
me
got
tell
the
you
gold.
something. Let me tell you something. That Art of Rap show was so lit. I don't even remember us leaving. But I do remember that incident. I was almost there, y'all. Y'all almost had it.
She almost had it.
That was a pretty dope night.
Well, shout out
shut out.
to all the
What best friends
And
do.
shout
and all the paraphernalia thieves.
And shout out to that
around the
corny
world.
white guy that had to shut it all down. I mean, what were they gonna do with that?
That's what I'm
poster?
saying. You act like you bought the
The
motherfucker.
show's
like,
over, bro. Let it go.
Let it go.
You know, we could have had that joint right in here, right there.
Yeah.
So this past week, we lost a true revolutionary. And most of the time when we think of revolutionaries, we think of men. Okay? But this was a female revolutionary. Rest in peace, Winnie Mandela.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
You know, if you ask me, Winnie was more gangster than motherfucking, what's his name? Nelson.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Nelson did all that time, but while he was doing that time, Winnie was out
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
doing shit, thugging it out.
Yeah, she had to deal with the real shit.
Yeah, she ready to pick up guns. She was ready to do whatever the fuck she had to do, and they try to kick dirt on her name, talk about she had an affair and all this. So what? So what? What does that take away from her works? You know what I mean? How many men have affairs on their women and all that type of shit and still go down as fucking, great heroes
I was
and all
so
that type
sad
of
when
shit?
they got divorced. They got divorced like immediately.
I mean, because he got out and she realized this was not the same man that went in.
That's right.
That although it seemed like he held out, they broke him.
Yeah.
He was broken. He didn't have that same revolutionary spirit that she thought, you know what I mean, that she kept for the whole time.
Right.
And she was ready to fucking, you know what I mean, go to the death for this shit. And this one, maybe we can, let's just...
Like, hold up, baby, I'm about to be president.
Yeah, if we make political...
Maybe we all can get along. Yeah. Like, nah, bro.
She's like, nigga,
nah, bro.
we already, before you went in, we already knew, we discussed this. We said that it can't be. And when you get out, we going to keep it moving. Now you telling me some other shit? Fuck that. I'm out.
They went through some extremely strenuous circumstances, though. Brother was tortured every day when he was in that South African jail. I mean, that was just... they dealt with apartheid for decades. This ain't Quanta Kanisha from down the block holding it down because a man got locked up with a joint. This is real life circumstances that they were dealing with that's historically going to go down in our children's history books. Like, these were people that lived it. For real, for real.
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of people talk about, you know, their convictions and all of that type of shit, but really, you know, I mean, they both went a far distance for what they said, you know what I mean?
Right.
They was about, but, you know.
I think it's fair to say they both lived and died for the cause.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess just in different ways,
right?
You know,
yeah,
And
absolutely.
listen, you know, you can't judge nobody till you walk in their shoes. I mean,
That's
if
right.
you locked up for 30 fucking years, maybe your fucking mind will
Like, he
change
probably thinking
too.
like, I don't want no.
Yeah,
problem.
I don't want no
smoke. None.
No smoke.
None.
Niggas don't want it. Fuck that. And she's like, fuck that. I want some smoke. I ain't, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm smoking.
Right.
Yeah, I'm smoking. Fuck that.
As
So,
black women always do. Damn it.
well, rest in peace,
Rest in peace,
Winnie Mandela.
Winnie Mandela.
Also, last night I saw they were. What is this, like the reunion of Martin Luther King's assassination?
50 year, I think 50 year anniversary.
Yeah, it was, and actually Danny Glover was in Newark speaking about it with the mayor. They had some event in downtown Newark, New Jersey last night. We covered it, actually. Yeah, the 50th anniversary of his assassination. And the night before, a lot of cities and a lot of states had events for the mountaintop speech, which was the last speech that Martin Luther King Jr. delivered before he was assassinated on April 3rd, 1968.
Right.
And that's an iconic speech. That's I've been to the mountaintop. I've seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Free at last.
Yeah. No, that's not free at last.
Look at me. Look at me looking like a fucking nigga-ass nigga right now. I'm getting the speeches fucked up.
No, the mountaintop speeches. I've been to the mountaintop and my eyes have seen the glory, the coming of the Lord and all of that.
Okay.
Like,
I may not get there with you,
There you go.
Okay.
No, the
but
one.
I free at last.
I love you.
Oh no, that's the other free at last. Everybody goes to the free at last. Everybody goes to the free at last. But no. But no,
Thank you
the
for
one
doing
she's talking
that.
about.
Wait,
I may not
thank
get
you
there.
for doing that.
I may not get there with you,
Shouts out to being free at last.
but god damn it.
Not just me.
That's right.
But god damn it, y'all motherfuckers gonna get there without me.
I feel
right.
vindicated now.
Oh yeah, it's easy. Let me tell
Because you just
something.
want to go
Wait,
into free
no,
anything.
it almost sound like
anything
this.
Martin.
No, they
Anything Martin say, you kind of
No,
want to
look,
end it with free at last.
Right.
Can I get a quarter pounder with cheese?
but wait,
free
they
at last, free at last. Give me a quarter pounder on free
There's
at
something
last.
to be said for that, because the way that, his speech patterns and the way he delivered his speeches, they kind of do all sound the same. I mean,
Like it gives you that same
all
energy.
gives
It's that
you
same. He kept that same energy with every
we're
speech.
gonna get murdered on Twitter for this.
Remember a
But
day I drank a cup of coffee.
Hashtag free at last. Yo, wait. We gotta call
bought
this
some
episode
coffee.
free at last.
And I felt free
Hashtag
at last. Free at last.
Jamar just got on the
I'm
show.
crying over here.
No, but hold up. Okay, now in the conscious community,
Okay,
right?
let's
In
get
the
back,
conscious
let's get back.
community, right?
Oh my god.
In the conscious community, the question is, Jesse, where was your motherfucking tie? Where was your tie, Jesse? You know why Jesse ain't have a tie? See, people are claiming that people like Jesse Jackson and some of the people around Malcolm
Knew that was
allegedly
coming.
set him up. Yes.
Not Martin.
Martin,
Right.
pardon me, yes. Yeah, people around Martin knew he was going to be assassinated, was part of it, and yeah. Get the guy with the tie, like it just so.
On
I'm not. I ain't wearing no fucking tie.
And Dr. King said, Jesse, we're going to dinner. You don't have a shirt and tie. I said, Doc, you don't need a tie. A prerequisite eating is to have an appetite, not a tie. He said, boy, you're crazy.
Now, of course, all of this is allegedly for whatever purposes, so we don't get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah, Jesse, where's the motherfucking tie at? You know what I mean? Because people were saying that Jesse purposely, you know what I mean, didn't have the tie on because something about the tie, you know what I mean, was a signal.
And Jesse's still running around here.
But now Jesse wears ties.
Right.
Now if
Jesse
niggas rocking dashikis, but now Jesse wears a tie.
Jesse got the tie.
But the day everybody had the ties on,
right.
Jesse had the dashiki.
Jesse had the tie.
Wear the motherfucking tie, Jesse. Wear the motherfucking tie.
Where's the tie, Jesse?
Mr. Jackson, if you're nasty.
And nigga, the weight came off him too because he said, "Okay, the shooter has good aim." Because you know Jesse was scared, like he knew. And when it was done, he said, "Free at last, free at last."
Hashtag free. How you feeling after?
Thank God Almighty I didn't wear that tie.
After a night of spent in jail, how you feeling?
Free at last, free at last. Peace to the gods and earths. I'm free at last. Okay. How much time we got, Alex?
7. Hey.
7 minutes.
Somebody say, hey, Auntie Ross. Let's get into some of these comments.
All right, yeah. So listen, this week, IG is very unreliable. Their fucking IG live shit. So we're experimenting with YouTube Live. That's right. What up, y'all? Shout out to my people on YouTube Live.
Hey.
We got a gang of people just in the comments shouting us out.
Word.
Wait, how do you see the people's name? Oh, can you even? Oh, okay, there they go.
Yeah, it pops up.
Ty Rango, Rally Savvy, Lachelle. We love y'all too. Today's math. Well, see, we're going by the day that it comes out. So this is going to come out on Sunday. So today's math would be Build Destroy. Well, actually, hang on. This show, I could kind of start planning for this would actually be the Knowledge as Cipher Day, all being born to knowledge.
Okay.
Because this would be the second show.
Real quick, I want to shout out Jersey Cat, JURZEECAT Entertainment, Inc. and Apparel for this beautiful ensemble here, the black and pink hoodie.
Okay.
So check them out. Support black business. That's what we do. Are y'all black? I'm not sure. I'm just assuming y'all black because y'all sent me like a hoodie and shit. But
and listen, we got that.
Support independent business.
We got the United Mean Godcast gear coming.
Oh yeah.
And shout out to my people at hoodg.com. Now I put a little post up on IG of some of the garments with some of the prices, and some of these motherfuckers is acting like they cheap as a motherfucker. Like,
but y'all gonna spend, y'all gonna spend hundreds and thousands of dollars for Yeezys.
You gonna get Gucci belts and all this other bullshit.
Right.
Okay. But you're not gonna spend with your brother and sister.
Right.
On something that's not only quality, but also helps to fund this show.
Somebody said they better taste like peaches. Pineapples.
Pineapple.
Pineapples,
wait,
baby.
What tastes like peaches?
I just caught a comment in the thing that said they better taste like peaches. I said pineapples.
Oh, shit.
Pineapples.
Holla. Now, listen, I'm not even going to
wait, so yeah.
Because there's a thing about pineapples, but anyway.
I heard that thing too.
Taste better.
Shouts out to Hood G Apparel. We got the United Men.
Yeah, I just want to say,
we doing this every week for
I just
want
to say you get what you pay for.
That's right.
Like if you want some cheap shit that's gonna fucking shrink in the wash and
pull a string and the whole damn
and
thing
it unravels on you. Fine, go ahead and get some bullshit, but that's not what I'm offering to you. And if you want some shit that fucking everybody can just have access to, that any old person can get, be my guest and go fuck with some shit like that. We have all different kinds of things. Maybe you want to get something cheaper, a hat, a Scully or a t-shirt or something if you don't want to get the jacket and all that. but I'm not gonna fucking short myself. Like, we're gonna get what we feel we're worth.
Not gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, and like, hey, if you feel it's too expensive, walk out the store then. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? Gucci don't give a fuck what you feel about the prices. They gonna still, it is what it is.
And the brother working in there ain't hooking you up.
He ain't hooking you up, okay?
None of it.
Now, from time to time, we might have a sale for your ass, but listen, the prices are what they are. So if you support this show, you say you love it so much, and all y'all motherfuckers that say, oh, don't break the show up into 20 minutes, keep it an hour. Put your money where your mouth is, okay? Like, you gonna have to pay for that hour. Let me see some, you know what I mean, Godcast merchandise. So let me see your receipt for, you know, donating to the show on Patreon. And then you can really have a say-so in this motherfucker, okay? Okay? You heard?
Neck roll. Okay.
So an interesting story that I saw that I'm like, what the fuck? The Brooklyn Museum recently appointed a new curator of African art, and it's this bitch. Insert. Insert picture of the white bitch with the long nose. Yeah. Kristen Windmuller-Luna, curator and historian of African arts and architecture, was made the Sillis Family Consulting Curator of African Art. I mean, that's like, you know,
The white Black
Janice,
studies teacher.
that's like Janice Leibowitz becoming the curator of the Hip Hop Museum. I mean, what's this all about? First of all, what is a curator? Let's ask ourselves that. Do you know what a curator is? What is a curator's job?
A curator's job, from my understanding and from the arts organizations that I've been exposed to and worked with, their job is to basically select the artists and choose which displays go where and when. And they're basically in charge of, when you walk into a museum and you see what pieces are on the wall and what sculptures are around you and why and what the exhibit is about, they're in charge of selecting. So they're basically in charge of what you see when you walk into a museum.
They are putting together the narrative, the story of because there's usually there's usually like a story.
Talk to me. Hang on. They're putting together the narrative and the story. Continue.
So they are curating the narrative of what it is, you're learning based on these particular pieces and these works. So it is interesting that they chose a white person.
Now, when they populate this space and they are manipulating this story,
right?
What is their criteria, do you think, for what gets in or doesn't? Like, can anything be considered African art? If I carve my name on this desk, can I present it to this woman and say, put this in the Brooklyn Museum, this is African art? And would she do it? You see, like, who are the creators? Who decides what goes into a museum or a culture or any fucking thing? In a book, on TV, who are the curators? And what I'm saying is,
so this is her
I've been a
right?
fucking curator of hip hop for a long fucking time.
Right on.
And these bastards had the audacity to ask me, who the fuck do I think I am? What gives me my credentials? Well, my credentials come from blood, sweat, and tears, from truly living and breathing this hip-hop shit from almost its inception.
Right.
Now you got some Johnny-come-lately motherfuckers who think they know-it-alls about hip-hop, and
she learned
they
it in the
think
classroom.
they're going to push people like me to the side and say, no, I'm the curator. I'm going to tell you what is hip-hop, what hip-hop stands for, what it should be about. Like, really? And this is just, to me, this is symbolic of that.
Mm-hmm.
You see? Because they have no problem with, giving us their interpretation of what it is they think we do.
Right.
Of who they think we are. This woman can never tell and narrate my story.
Right. I wish they would have actually chosen an African artist or someone actually from Africa that's lived through it and does that.
But the thing about these museums and these cultural institutions is that they rely on money, grant money from different organizations, and they have board members that make these fucked up ass decisions because they hold the purse strings.
Just like the record companies, just like the radio stations, just like the television stations, you see, it all comes back to money.
It's all the same story.
When you want to trace the roots of any sort of art form being destroyed,
yep,
it's always going to trace back to some sort of corporate entity that
moving in,
and not giving a fuck about the true tenets of what's going on, and saying, pushing, how could I fucking
pushing the grassroots
this quarter to the Eagle screen,
and how can I make a buck off of it? Yep.
Because I guarantee you there's a board of at least 10 to 12 people that approve this decision.
At least. And of those 10 to 12 people, probably 10 to 12 is white.
How about that? How about
that? Or 11 of 12. You see what I'm saying? Maybe we got one white motherfucker on the board of the Brooklyn Museum. And what's crazy is I know geographically where the Brooklyn Museum is, really, and that's not even necessarily a white area.
Is it in the middle of the hood somewhere?
Yeah, my son's mother used to live right across the street from there.
Brooklyn is very.
You got more Jamaicans and shit that live right around there than some white people. But yeah, of course, white people love hanging out by the botanical gardens and in front of the Brooklyn Museum, and
yeah, they
taking
over
all
Dumbo.
these new Brooklynites.
Like they took over Dumbo.
Yeah, they want to, take advantage of all the nice things that Brooklyn has to offer. They just don't want niggas involved, and this is almost symbolic of that. I tell you motherfucking white people got some motherfucking nerve.
But we would still like you to donate to the Godcast.
Oh, absolutely. Because we're curating our own shit.
But we still need your support for the Godcast.
If you send a check over here, Rah Digga will not be turning it down, okay?
Well, because that's how, I think that's how you can best serve over here, though. Because you're not going to come over here and
run
curate
shit. Hell no.
No. All you can do is say, hey, I believe in what y'all doing. Here's some piece off. And you curate your shit.
Give us our reparations.
Y'all know best what's best for you.
On another note, can we shout out the 18-year
Puff Daddy, knock it off.
Can we shout out the 18 year? Rah Digga. Round of applause for that. Now that's a real classic hip hop album by a queen. Yes. Okay, that dropped 18 years ago,
April 4th.
That's what's up.
Damn right.
And it's the born day of Dirty Harriet.
And this was back when we had to go buy the CD in the store. We didn't have iTunes or IG or any of the shit that starts with I that you can download shit on. We had to go to the store and purchase it.
We're going to take a break, maybe cut a little bit of cake in celebration.
That's right.
Okay.
And then we'll be back with the last segment of Godcast.
Peace. It's the absence of all confusion. United we stand, divided we fall. Two fingers together is the real peace sign, y'all. Brand Nubian peace gear. Hoodies. T-shirts. Snapbacks. Available at hoodg.com. Get yours today.